When we have laid down the groundwork of every campaign, we have the strategy, we have a plan, we have a target. Usually we have a very big target and a very early starting point. And when we're going to target people, when we're going to target prospects or customers, from our experience, that list of initial people that we try to target somewhere gets lost in the middle. And why does that happen usually? Because there's no real good engagement strategy. And an engagement strategy is super important when it comes to social, when it comes to social selling and thought leadership. How we engage from our experience and kind of how our social selling strategies are always built up is based out of 5 elements. It's mapping. We have to map out who we're trying to target, where we're trying to get. Listening, social listening. I've also made other videos about that. It is the act of getting insight of the people you've just mapped out, so you can actually engage with insights, so you don't have to talk to people without knowing anything about them. After you've built a repertoire, you've kind of have some insights, you've listened online and you found information about that person, you engage. And engage doesn't mean call someone or send someone a message already. Engage means very light engagement. It means I start liking their post. I connect with them on LinkedIn, or I leave a comment under their content, either on forums or events or LinkedIn posts, for example. Then the 4th step is going to be reach out. So outreach. That is the first hard contact point we have with our prospects, of the people, at least the people we've mapped out. After that first outreach point, we can either go 2 ways. It's either going to be positive or it's going to be negative. Sometimes someone doesn't respond, which means we should follow up. If it's negative, we kind of leave that person alone. And if it's positive, we make sure to follow up and keep that person warm. After a little longer engagement strategy, the 5th step is convert. After talking for a while and after the first contact point, we've nurtured and engaged with this person. And what happens then is we go for the kill and we call, or we go for an offline meeting, for example. And I want to dive a little bit deeper on that engagement strategy, because that engagement strategy is super important. When we work with executives, we have a very strict engagement strategy when mapping out accounts and mapping out targets. What we start with is our ICP, our ideal customer profile. And that ideal customer profile consists either of people that are already customer or prospects. And from these customers and prospects, we build kind of 4 lists. So we have the executive filter. Do we know them already? Is this person new? Is there any link we can find? We have the approach. Do we need a personal message? Do we need an insight in a project, for example? Or do we need something from the recent news? And then we have activity and account filter. When we look at activity, we look at, is this person that we're trying to target active on the platform? Can't we better reach out to this person via email or even physical on an event, for example? And then the last one is account filter. Is this actually a valuable account? Should we prioritize this account? Should you maybe talk to this account a little bit later? Or is this account kind of medium priority? And then when we are nurturing that account on the platform, let's say LinkedIn, we watch for 3 metrics. 1, has this person been visiting our profile based on our content or our outreach? 2, has this person been engaging on our content? And 3, has this person attended any events that we hosted? Any live sessions, any physical event, any previous event, something we can refer back to. Then, when that happens, we throw this person in an engage plan. So they're 1 step further in our funnel. And we engage them with anything possible on the platform, but no hard engagement, only soft engagement. So that means comment, event invites, likes, shares, messages, invites, follow-ups, all social activities that are not super pushy, but keeps this person a little bit around you. To make sure that you kind of plant the seed in his mind constantly, that when he thinks about your area, he thinks about you. So then usually when this person is a little bit warmed up, most of the times they would be ready for a first meeting. Doesn't have to be a meeting that has any conclusions or any hard call to actions, but just a meeting, just a networking meeting. And we could call this an MQL, a marketing qualified lead. After that meeting, the first meeting is done. So then it's super important that this person is being nurtured. Mind you, if you don't have a strategy in place, you would have been lost by this time already. But because you have the strategy, you have now a hot bench of people you should be following up. So with that list, you make sure to keep them warm with the same kind of soft social actions. So content, comments, likes, events, follow-ups, and that's kind of the end of the engagement plan. From there, we only nurture and nurture and nurture. And then we can kind of repeat that circle. So we can go again from list building to engagement, to first meeting, to nurture. And after that nurture, we can build new lists again because we've probably warmed people up more and more and more. So from the nurture, we can build new lists. And it goes on and on and on. If we don't have new people anymore to throw in that list, we go find for new targets. In this way, you can kind of have a machine going on with new leads and actually do lead generation on the platform. But not lead generation like just sending messages to random people, but actually having some strategy in the back of your mind.